My name is Hannah, and this is my year of less stuff. Hey y'all, hi. So today I am going to search for the sparkliest, shiniest eyeshadow. Here is what has prompted this video. It's this product. I purchased this product with my budget this month, and I haven't talked about it on my channel yet, but I've been wearing it in some videos, and many of you guys have been checking the description box to see what I'm wearing and seen that I'm wearing this. It's the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Foil in the shade Milky Way. It seems like the shiniest, sparkliest eyeshadow I have ever worn. It's just amazing. It's so bright on the eyes. And thinking that and putting it on my eyes has made me think that many eyeshadows are sold under the auspices of being the shiniest thing you've ever put on your eyes. I think we're all looking for like the shiniest thing, and then we're looking for something even shinier than that. And then something else gets released and we think it's going to be even shinier than that. And I often will get something and think, oh, it's so shiny, it's so shiny, but I don't take the trouble to compare it to my other shiny things and see if it is indeed more shiny, less shiny, or simply equally as shiny as all the other shiny things I've ever had before. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to swatch my shiniest eyeshadows, and I'm going to try to find out if this is indeed the sparkliest, shiniest thing I have ever had to put on my eyes, or if it's just as sparkly and shiny as other things, how they measure up against each other, etc. Are you with me? Good. Let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. So we have the Instigator, the Color Fix. I also have a Rowan quad here. I have my other Rowan shadows. I have these. I have this. And I have all of my singles. And those are the candidates. These are the things that I thought might be candidates. I have shadows in here that have fine glitters or micas in them, but I'm not using any like actual glitter. I think that glitter is the shiniest thing, right? Like actual straight up pressed glitter is gonna give off more shine, like the brightest shine, but I'm not counting that kind of glitter. This has glitters in it of some kind, like something that's glittering in it, but it is definitely like a smooth, creamy product, a single product, in the way that this has glitter as part of what makes it shiny, but it's an eyeshadow. It's not a glitter. So I hope that that makes sense. I don't have anything here that's a glitter. Everything is a eyeshadow. I'm going to swatch the Danessa Myricks on the back of this hand, and then I'll start swatching on my other hand and arm, and we can use it as a comparison swatch because y'all, it's just so shiny. I mean, and it's got a glittery shine, and it's also got a wet shine. It's like it's got a wet and a glittery shine together. It looks like water. It looks like a pond sparkling in the sun. All right, enough of that. Actually, I'm going to build up an even thicker layer too right here at the top, so we can see what it looks like when it's blended out, and we can see what it looks like when, yeah, you can get a really opaque shine there, but I think it's at its shiny best actually when it's sort of sheared out. The other thing that's great about this product is that it sets down and it does not budge. It's unbelievable for that. All right, let's look at Tom Ford. This is the top of the Cream and Powder Eye Color in Naked Bronze. It's the shadow on top. Oh yeah, no contest. Danessa Myricks wins. Absolutely. So this is still the reigning queen. Sorry, Tom Ford. And let's look at the other shadows that I tend to think of as being similar to that Tom Ford shadow. So we have Kava from the gold palette, and then this one is called Sparks. They have similar qualities. I'm going to give them a good chance because these are some of my shiniest, sparkliest ones. So there's Danessa, there's Tom Ford, there's Kava, and there's Sparks, that white shine there. I think Danessa is still winning. Kava looks very wet, and then it doesn't have as much texture as this shine, But in terms of shininess and sparkliness, just sheer power, luminosity, this one's still winning. Sorry, Natasha. Let's look at some of these Rowan shadows. Speaking of texture, this is the most textured one, right? And because of that, the place where the micas get like really crushy and smeary in it tends to be really, really shiny. I think this is the Rowan shadow that's sort of the brightest, the one that's really, really always impressed me with how shiny it is. Oh yeah, Danessa. This one is really special, really shiny, and I love that texture. But if we're talking about glimmeriest, glitteriest, shiniest, they've been outstripped. I'm very curious to see how these stack up. So glorious, let's just do this one. No, I can already tell. They're really beautiful and wet look and shiny for eyeshadows. And they give this beautiful, like, sophisticated metallic look on the eyes. But no, there's no way. I mean, they're just metallic eyeshadows. Sorry, Nabla. Flower Jungle Lights. This is the one that would be the most like it. It is very creamy and shiny, but again, as beautiful as these are, they don't have that. I mean, that is amazing. That is beautiful. That's so beautiful. But it's definitely not giving off light quite as intensively. It's not quite as shiny. But wow, it's amazing. Sorry, Drew. All right, let's bring out the big guns. I feel like this is just embarrassing so far. Cliona. What do we think is going to be the most shiny? Okay, this is very interesting because I think that the texture of the Cliona shadow, the fact that it's an eyeshadow, right, is causing it to be held back a little bit from being quite as reflective. The one from Danessa Myricks, being a liquid, was able to suspend really, really sparkly particles in a clear base, and that is helping it to have that super wet look quality. But the Cliona shadows, even though they are some of the absolute shiniest, and I want to grab Glimmer, which is the one in here. They're some of the absolute shiniest eyeshadows. The base that they're in still has to be of a consistency that blends, like blends like a powder, and that holds it back. I mean, even though that's so luminous, it's so luminous, and the color shifting is amazing, the reflections of the particles aren't quite as bright as they are here on the back of my hand. What about JD Glow? So this is one of the most extraordinary eyeshadows. JD Glow Good God. All right, this I think might be the shiniest eyeshadow we've swatched so far. It's coming the closest to Danessa. I'm gonna pull this actually. I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna go wash my hands. I'm gonna find out what else I have that maybe needs to be looked at. So there on top we have Danessa, and there underneath we have JD Glow. It's hard to say, but it feels like they're pretty much equally shiny. That's how I feel at this moment. From other angles, I don't know. These are the original Adept shadows. I don't think there's anything in here that, well, actually, let's look at this one. It's got a beautiful shift. It's got that sort of blue light shift. It doesn't have that super bright shine. This one has whoa. Okay, this is the one that has a very bright shine that I was remembering. Oh my gosh, that is very shiny. But it's not as shiny. It is not as shiny. This shadow, which is the new formulation, it is ACD5, is one of the shiniest things I've ever seen. So I'm wondering how it's gonna stack up. Oh yeah, oh look at that. I would say that's as shiny. All right, I'm pulling that. That's pretty shiny too, but I don't think it's as shiny. And I think that in here, probably this JD Glow shadow is the only thing that, oh look, I've got pan on that right there in the middle. It's probably the only thing that has a chance of being as shiny, but even though this, oh no, even though this is my favorite JD Glow shadow, I don't think it's quite as shiny as Good God. This is unexpected. And I love that rich, grungy color undertone, but I think in terms of shininess, it's not quite. Oh, wow, look at that Adept shadow. It's not quite there. Okay. What else do I have that's really shiny? I feel like there are some shadows in here in the Daydream palette that I think of as being really shiny. These ones that have like the mixed. No, they're just very beautiful, but they don't have that. Well, no, that's that shadow from the Daydream palette. And yeah, it's got a very beautiful sort of mirror-like shine. It doesn't have that, it doesn't have this going on. It doesn't have what these other ones have going on. Okay, I went and washed my hands and I'm back to let you have it. I feel like we have a three-way tie situation going on. Well, let's play around with these a little bit more and see. So here we have ACD5 by Adept. I actually want to swatch this next to a Cliona, next to the Cliona shadow that's the most like it. Adept is right here, Cliona is right here. So Adept, Cliona. The Adept shadow is the lighter one on the right. And I have to say that personally for my tastes, I prefer this Cliona shadow because I like that grungy base. In terms of reflects, they're almost neck and neck. I feel like the one from Adept, because the reflects are lighter in color, it's feeling brighter to me. Like it feels like if I had to pick one, it seems shinier. But when the light really catches that one from Cliona, it seems like it's shining just as brightly. So it's hard to say. And that Cliona shadow is Grisaille. And there's JD Glow Good God next to it. Gosh, I feel like if you were to say, quick, which one of these is the shiniest, I would probably pick the JD Glow shadow, but I think it has to do with its bright color more than it has to do with the actual level and nature of the reflect. I think that the reflect is probably equally strong across all of them, but I think that in my heart, as the shiniest of shiny, this one is winning of these three. I think that JD Glow Good God has beat these other two out in the same way that it beat out the one that was the same formula from its own same brand, but with slightly ruddier or slightly more mixed undertones. So I'm feeling like for me, the shiniest shine has to do not only with how bright the reflect is, but actually with what color it is. The brighter colors are winning. All right, it's time for the final showdown. Let's really go for it. I'm gonna put this one all over my hand. I'm going to put this one all over this hand. Gosh, when you put it that way, the JD Glow shadow seems shinier. And I think that it's just because it's so luminous. The fact that it's shifting colors, like it's got that purple and blue, I think that shift from one color to another kind of lights it up and it gives you that feeling that it's shinier, even though it might not actually necessarily be reflecting more points of light or brighter points of light. It just, if you were to ask me, right, like, quick, which one of these two is shinier, I would say this one. But I want to make sure it's not just the way the light's hitting them. It really does. It really does seem shinier. I feel like this is the weirdest footage I've ever taken on YouTube. It's like some sort of a weird, two weird shiny worms that are mating with each other. So now that we're here with the final two, I feel a little bit like we're comparing apples to oranges because this has such a luminous blue silver shine, and this in person especially has such a gold shine, like such a gilded shine, and it's a little bit hard to tell. But I think that I'm gonna declare JD Glow Good God to be the winner of the shiniest eyeshadow contest for me here today. But I feel like this one has something to be said for it, the Danessa Myricks, because it has that clear base, those really bright particles suspended in a clear base. That clear base allows the particles to spread evenly across whatever surface you put it on top of. And I think that that means that there are probably real world situations on one's eyes where this one would actually be the shiniest upon application. And this one upon application wouldn't quite give you the same thing. It wouldn't quite give you those evenly dispersed, beautiful, bright points of light. I did bring a glitter. This is a Slayfire biodegradable glitter gel in Sully, just to show you that really nothing is shinier than glitter. It's kind of just for comparison's sake. Ooh, yeah, see it shining. Ooh, it's so shiny. Let's put some on the other hand too. So this Slayfire glitter gel has larger reflective particles, and that's just giving that really intensely wet look that's super amazing. But of course, small reflective particles are what makes both of these eyeshadows so glittery, and the fact that they're called eyeshadows that happen to have small reflective particles in them rather than being called glitters or glitter gels the way that this one is, it's kind of just a matter of semantics and formulation. It's really all the same thing, really tiny particles or slightly larger particles reflecting the light. If you want the absolute shiniest shine, if you want the most blindingest shine on any part of your body, I think that nothing beats chunky glitter. But short of chunky glitter, which is what we were talking about for the brunt of this video, short of chunky glitter, nothing beats JD Glow Good God or Milky Way by Danessa Myricks. This was fun. At least nothing in my collection does. If you have something like this that you think is shinier than these, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. I want to know the shiniest shiny thing you have ever seen or touched. And that is it. This has got to end. This has been quite a bonanza. I hope that this was as fun for you as it was for me. And I hope that you're remembering to take extra good care of yourself right now so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.